Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. It is 9:04 this morning. Apologize for the delay there. I was trying to get this thing set up. Took a little bit. And I had to get my Starbucks drink set up, so pretty sure you know how that goes. You got to get the caffeine rocking this morning. So let's go ahead and talk about futures. We are off the lows this morning. We are down 85 points in Dow. NASDAQ is slightly down about 19 points. And E-mini futures down about 0.34%. Russell 2000 is actually faring a little better at 1341. VIX is only up about what, 20 cents, 28.19. Below 30 is a really good reading. I like seeing that. And then crude is up about 2.3%. Bitcoin down slightly, well, down about 2%. And then you have gold down about 0.82%. Silver down 1%. Bonds gaining slightly. Dollar yen, if you're a forex trader, is up slightly, 107.73. Good sign for risk on, and the dollar itself, dollar index is up about 0.09%. Basically, what kind of brought up markets down last night, about 10 p.m. overnight, was more of the tensions on the Chinese-U.S. Relations. You know, obviously, with the president tweeting what he's tweeting about, that really has been hurting sentiment. Now more of a geopolitical risk moving forward in the market. So let's go over exactly some numbers today. The unemployment numbers were reported today. Let's go ahead and go over that. It's 2.438 million more jobless claims. 2.4 was the expectation. Continuing claims about 2.5 million for May 9th. 2.42 was the expected number. So big news, Baidu shares slide amid NASDAQ delisting report. Just a report thinking that they're going to delist on the NASDAQ. Also, Macy's says sales down about 50% in stores that are open. Best Buy CFO, in the first 2 weeks of Q2, we have retained approximately 95% of sales compared to last year. Starbucks says over the past 2 weeks in the U.S. we are seeing a positive response from consumers. So some decent news. To be fair, Macy's was in trouble to begin with. Let's look at pre-market movers this morning. Looking at futures here, down at 29.58 now in ES. Again, that's the number I'm looking for. We'll go over that chart together. TJX about 6% to the upside. Burlington's up about 4% to the upside. Macy's down about 1% on that conference call. United Airlines up slightly, about 0.68%. Carnival's down. Again, leisure kind of mixed. MGM is down. Carnival's down. Facebook continuing to its upside. Again, they had a new all-time high yesterday, up about 1.5% pre-market. TJX up 6%. Boeing up nicely, about 2%. Ford down about 0.5%. Under Armour taking another hit, 6%. Really struggling there. AMD up about 0.44%. Southwest up 1%. Best Buy down 3%. Keep in mind, NVIDIA does report today after the bell, and Alibaba will report in the morning tomorrow. So that's where we are. Looking at some names here. BA Jordan says here is moving to the upside. 137.50 is the level you want to be looking at on Boeing. Starbucks. So I'll go ahead and show you exactly what I'm looking at. So we'll go ahead and bring up BA together. I actually got a position open on Boeing. The 140 calls, I'm actually down on them. Was a play that I did. Some of my students who is red. It's on 78%. But I went very light on it. I only bought one contract. But we're looking for that break of 137.50. If we can squeeze above there, that'd be a really good sign for it. Let's take a look at Starbucks. Starbucks did break that level I have, 79.37, but came back down. If we break 79.37, really start looking at the 80 level to the upside. Let's see, Marvell. But very positive on that conference call for Starbucks. Let's see here, Marvell is up nicely. Again, when it comes to semiconductors, I'd rather you be in NVIDIA or AMD moving forward, but it is a nice breakout on the hourly. Just options-wise, it really doesn't move, so just give you the heads up. Let me go ahead and close this. Next we have on BABA. BABA, again, we saw yesterday with the move on the Chinese thing with that legislation passed by the Senate. Did bring down BABA and Baidu and the Chinese names. I'm an stock owner of BABA. We bounced right around 210.55, pretty much technical bounce. I see we're actually getting back up to 217 here to the upside. I think we should get that push running up into earnings. DE, which is John Deere. I'm not a fan of the company at all. Looks like it's kind of hovering here, trying to fill that gap to around 145.21. I'd rather not play this name at all. If you wanted to play something a little more heavy construction, probably play Caterpillar instead. But I wouldn't get into John Deere at all. Yuziel asked, what are your thoughts on Chinese stocks? Keep them now or start to sell? The only one I would want to keep is BABA. BABA seems to be the bellwether, the only one that seems to get the stuff done correctly. I've looked at the numbers. Now, again, they could be fluff, but their margins are great. Their cash is great. BABA has been just consistently great ever since their IPO around $80. So again, I own BABA. I'm sticking with it, and I'm not going to let a headline change that thing. So just give me a heads up. You're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, so let's take a look at E-mini futures together. E-mini futures here. You can see to ES to the upside again. We're still stuck in this little range here for the past 3 days. Right between 29.76, which is that level I want to get into, and then that 29.30, which is that 61.8 fib level. So very, very important level. We're right in the middle of it. I still think we're going to still break 29.76 and then close the week above 3,000. That's my call. I've been wrong before, but that's what I'm going by. And I'm still bullish in this market. And I'm still buying stocks again. So any kind of dip here, any kind of big sell-off, if we get one, I'm buying stocks. And if not, then we'll just ride the way up. Twitter, I know everyone was asking me about Twitter since freebie for the Instagram and Twitter followers. It is moving very nicely. I have this gap here. I'm going to go and show you the daily. That's what we talked about. You see this gap fill around 33.43. Your resistance would probably be the 200-day moving average of 33.68. We went ahead and played it. I still have Twitter calls for next week's 33s. It is basically, let me see if we're down pre-market. We're down about 4 cents pre-market. I'm still holding that thing, and I'm going to probably hold it into next week. I'm up about 24%, even though I added contracts on the way there. So just to give you a heads up. One more name that we were looking at, and I posted it on Twitter, was Disney. And Disney was another play, a gap play to the upside going for next week. And I have the 128 level as the resistance, which is the 200-day, and there's a gap here on the daily around 135, 137, and I own calls on that. Let me go ahead and let you know which. Disney, I own the 125 calls. So really a $5 move for next week. So I'm with it. Vipul, should I enter BABA today since it's low? If you're talking about buying the stock, I would wait for earnings. Wait for earnings first. That's probably your best bet. So that's what we're looking at today. I have a couple of things I'm also looking at. I'll go and bring up BABA here. So I have Twitter, Disney, Apple on my screen, IWM, and BABA on my screen. Obviously watching Boeing 2, GLD, and some other names. So that's where we are. UNH, again, UNH is a great company. I own it long term, and I plan to add more once I get a little more of a dip. But we'll go ahead and leave it there, guys. I'm going to check in with my team. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, most of the market move today was basically on US, China kind of rhetoric back and forth. It's just the way it goes. It seems to be that everything's matching technical patterns anyways. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you guys soon. Oh, and real quick, don't forget to like and subscribe our videos. We really do appreciate it, and your support as always. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.